Look, they gonna follow me over here. You fucking cock-sucking mother.
Okay, here we go. Bro, this ain't me playing.
People felt the way about me saying that Tim Duncan was the greatest #1 pick ever.
I felt the way about you saying that.
Why?
But I understood it once you gave explanation. I felt the way because I felt like Bron is the greatest #1 pick ever.
Tim Duncan spent 19 seasons with one team, right?
Yeah, but he spent
right.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
He spent 19 seasons with one team and brought them 5 championships. Before he got there, they wasn't even a championship team.
Okay.
Right? And then the people that he played with, Tony Parker and everybody, they had to develop.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
So to me,
right here.
I get Bron and I get, like, you know what I'm saying, I get Bron, I get everybody else, even Shaq and everybody else. But, you know, to me, Tim Duncan, one team come in to the NBA. Pop had to come down. You know, David Robinson couldn't get it done as a #1 pick, so we had to go get another #1 pick.
Okay.
Tony Parker, a player development player.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit.
But I think the part where
let's get loaded.
The part where I disagree is at the end of the day, Tim Duncan was drafted to a great coach and a great system. So you got players like LeBron, who his first coach was Paul Silas. He had no choice. He had to get it out the mud. Duncan was in a great system to where they had just won a championship. And he came in.
Who had just won a championship? They didn't win a championship.
His rookie year.
No, right. They didn't win a championship until Duncan got there.
What I'm saying is his rookie year they won, which lets you know they was kind of set up for success.
Oh, shit.
No. Yes.
People still got to make shots. People still got to show up in everything. So it doesn't matter.
But they were still set up for success for him to come there. That's like if Carmelo go to the Pistons.
What that mean? Okay.
If Carmelo
so that means it's more pressure.
No, it's not more pressure.
You have to win it.
If Carmelo go to the Pistons instead of Denver, he's playing with Rip Hamilton, Johnson.
My team fucking lost already.
Which allows him. They just played the Lakers. Like, they just won a championship. So if Carmelo goes to that team, he wins a championship.
No, it doesn't, because Carmelo could come in there and fuck up the whole flow.
How?
Because
you're a star. How do you fuck that up?
Yeah, because we seen big threes today that can't win it together. So what that mean? You're a star.
That's true, but that wasn't a big three. That was a dynasty.
Who?
Like that Pistons team, if they add Carmelo, that would have been a dynasty.
And then now
they beat the Lakers with no Carmelo. Imagine if they beat Carmelo.
Right, as a team. So now they become a dynasty, and now they got a star player. And now this star player, all the pressure's on you, Melo.
But you talking about a star rookie. You're not talking about a star player that's in his 5th, 6th year to where he got to prove himself.
So was
He's coming into a system.
So was Tim Duncan the star rookie when he first came in? No.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so. I think he walked into a great team and a great system. LeBron didn't have that. But anywhere LeBron went, they had to structure a system around him for him to be great. Whether it was Cleveland, Miami, or LA, they had to structure the system. Duncan walked into a system.
Walked into a system?
Yes, he was drafted into a system. With great coaching.
Great coaching. Pop wasn't even a great coach yet.
He had a great coaching mind.
He wasn't even a great coach yet. He didn't even have a ring yet.
It wasn't Paul Silas.
To be a great coach, you got to have a ring.
It wasn't Paul Silas.
To be a great coach, you got to have a ring.
You're looking at it.
To be a great coach, you got to be a ring. Don Nelson ain't a great coach, and he ain't won a ring. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many games you won. Get a ring. The objective is to win a ring.
Hold on, BJ. You're doing this wrong. You're doing it wrong. Okay, when Tim Duncan got drafted, he was drafted to a team that was already a top 3 team for 4 years straight.
There we go.
So he didn't have no pressure on him because they already had an MVP and a scoring champ on the team already. So he just got to go to do him.
Yep.
If they lost, there was no Tim Duncan being blamed because he wasn't the star player. He wasn't the franchise player. So he just got to come in and just play basketball.
Facts.
So that's the difference between him. He wasn't the franchise guy. He was just a guy who came in. He was the future of the Spurs. He wasn't Spurs right now.
Facts.
So when he got on the court, he can have 20 and 10. And if they lost, nothing. You already had Sean Elliott. You had Avery Johnson. You already had
Avery Johnson.
team.
Avery Johnson.
They won 60 games.
60.
Okay.
So they were already a team.
Okay, so
now, just like Magic, when Magic came, Kareem was an MVP, a 3-time MVP. So there was no pressure on Magic to fail or be successful. So it was easy for him to play. With LeBron, when you're drafted, Wemby, when you're drafted, AI, when you're drafted, Shaquille O'Neal, you are the team.
Let me ask you.
There was no pressure on AI or Shaq. There was no pressure.
You have to be good today.
Gil, let me ask you this. What happens if Carmelo goes to the Pistons instead of Darko?
He gets to play. Like there was no pressure on Darko to be good right then because the team was good.
My point.
So
that's all I was saying.
So if Melo
it is pressure. You got to win. We just won one.
The team is there. You're
team
not coming in
already
here to be a star. You're coming here to be a role player.
Even if the team lose, they're not gonna put it on Melo because he's the rookie.
Melo would have
Y'all gotta stop downplaying.
Melo would have came off the bench.
I gotta stop downplaying.
What I'm saying is, first of all, Melo would have came off the bench just like Darko came off the bench. Darko, there's fucking 4 power forwards in front of Darko.
Facts.
That's why he couldn't play. That's why he failed. There's 4 people in front of him.
Darko wasn't like that.
No, he was like that.
No, he wasn't.
If you
show it then, because Melo would have showed it if he was with Detroit. Melo would have showed it.
Melo would have a ring if he was with Detroit.
Tayshaun Prince, watch out.
Melo would have a ring if he was with Detroit.
Yeah, he would have got a ring, but he wouldn't.
He would have got a ring.
He wouldn't have been playing. Who was he gonna start in front of? That Larry Brown was gonna allow him. It was a winning team.
That's Larry Brown's fault. Then they would have never won.
They already won. What are you talking about?
They would have won again.
Yes, they would have.
But that's what I was
because
saying.
My bench player is Carmelo coming in,
Facts.
and when he got into his third year, maybe I'll put him in. But he was gonna learn. Just like Melo. Who you think the coach was in USA that had his ass bench?
Y'all gotta stop downplaying.
Who was when Melo wasn't playing on USA? Who was that coach?
Y'all gotta stop.
Who was the coach?
Larry Brown.
Okay, he don't play rookies. He don't play young players.
Facts.
So Melo wasn't gonna start his first couple years.
And then it's like you just.
Y'all gotta stop downplaying Tim Duncan though. He won rings.
Not downplaying him.
He won rings with player development players.
So Duncan's a GOAT, but he walked into a great team. He was drafted to
that team was so great. First of all, do you know at that time of the league, you know who was supposed to be taking over the league? You know who was supposed to be winning? Karl Malone and them. Guess who came into the league and took that shit over?
Tim Duncan.
A rookie. A rookie.
I'm with you. But that doesn't mean he wasn't drafted into a good system.
David Robinson. Can I ask you this? Who was better before Tim Duncan got there? Was it Karl Malone? Who had a better record, Karl Malone or the Spurs?
Karl Malone was better.
Who had a better record, the Spurs or Utah?
Karl Malone was better.
Who?
Karl Malone and them was supposed to.
The Spurs had a better record.
What I'm saying.
The Spurs had a better record.
Fine.
Okay. They were a better team.
Now I want you to think about it.
Okay.
I'm saying who had a better team, Utah or Spurs?
Spurs.
I think Utah.
So now
Utah was supposed to.
Now
Utah had 2 better players
to a team that's better. What happens? Champs. If you add Tim Duncan to Utah,
Facts.
Champs.
Facts.
You're saying the number 1 player in the country coming into just like James Worthy. James Worthy is the number 1 player in college, number 1 player in the country, and he's the number 1 draft pick coming to the fucking Lakers.
And he complete the comeback. He's going to try. He shoots.
Lakers.
He came off the bench.
Where else?
Look at the team he was on.
Did Magic come off the bench?
He didn't have to.
Okay. Did Tim Duncan come? Y'all gotta stop using that. At the end of the day, guys gotta make shots and guys gotta perform, right?
I'm with you on that.
So it take 4 players. At the end of the day, you can put me on any team. If this shit don't go, it don't go.
But just because
his
teammates make shots doesn't make someone the greatest first round
Bro, at the end of the day, everybody has to do their job, right?
Yes.
So you bringing me in here and we couldn't get it done. They said the league when Mike retired, who was supposed to take over the league? Karl Malone,
guess what?
You had Akeem Olajuwon, all these guys in the league still.
No.
I run through all these motherfuckers. I run through all y'all.
And
then Shaq had to go to where? Shaq had to go to Lakers to get traded and what happened?
It's not a take. You're not is not a logical take.
But y'all trying to downplay Tim Duncan.
Imagine if Shaq gets drafted to the Seattle Supersonics.
He's leaving.
With Peyton and
He's
Kim.
still leaving.
With Payne and Kim.
He's still leaving.
Imagine that.
He's still
they
leaving.
were going to the finals already. Imagine if they get Shaq now. That's dominant.
Listen, when Jordan was winning,
They still don't win it.
when Jordan won,
They might.
Well, listen, when Jordan
They
won,
still get to the finals.
listen, wait, hold on. He's saying, listen, this is Spurs team. 56 wins, 55 wins, 47 wins, 49 wins, 55 wins, 62 wins, 59 wins. This is before Tim Duncan.
That's a great team,
So
bro.
this is a great team already.
Great
Then
team.
they got hurt at the beginning of the year, so they decided Tim Duncan's coming. We need a power forward.
Yep.
That's what we need. So we're gonna tank it. We tank it to get him.
Great management.
Now think about great management. Now when you're talking about Lakers, the reason that Magic Johnson started, just like Tim, position, right? Norm Nixon was the point guard. We don't know what Magic's gonna be yet.
Facts.
So we moved Magic to the shooting guard. He didn't come in as a point guard yet. He came in as a shooting guard.
And he's shown he was a better point guard than Norm Nixon.
And then 2 years later, we're like, Norm, we don't need you anymore. Magic is Magic.
Facts.
So now when Magic is Magic, they're like, okay, shit, James Worthy, the #1 player in the country, after Magic won a championship, gets drafted to the Lakers. The Lakers are so good, the #1 draft pick comes off the bench. You asked this question. You said, has a #1 pick ever came off the bench? Yes, James Worthy.
James Worthy was
Not a high school kid.
obviously James Worthy wasn't that good.
The #1 player in the world coming out of college. He went to the wrong team.
Yep.
Every other team he starts.
And
But the champions had him. Think about what I'm saying. The champions. This is like Denver Nuggets winning the championship, and the #1 pick goes to them, and they get fucking Wemby.
Yeah.
They get Wemby.
How good does that make Wemby? Like, he's still great. Don't get it wrong.
Did the Spurs
But you went to a great team.
Answer that question. They get Wemby. The Denver Nuggets get Wemby. Boston's not winning that championship coming back.
Never.
And then this. After they get Wemby,
Nah.
the very next year, they get the #1 pick. Who was the #1 pick last year?
Y'all moving the goalposts.
No, we're not moving. We're letting you know how it happened. Who was the #1 pick last year?
Tim Duncan's the greatest #1
The
pick
#1
ever.
pick last year?
Tim Duncan's the greatest
Dude
#1
from
pick
Atlanta?
ever.
Yes.
I can't even pronounce his
I
name.
got 19.
So now the Lakers get him.
Yeah.
Or they get this year, they get Cooper Flag
Yes.
with Wemby and what's the name?
Yeah.
It's a dynasty already.
Yep.
Back then, they just cheated.
This nigga's a Twitch player.
Yep.
That's what you're not realizing. Back then, it was setting up the teams. Like, people don't even know. Boston, the 11 championships, Boston, they got Bob Cousy. They got the best point guard on the team.
You ain't win, nigga. That
They
ain't,
had the #1 pick, who was the rookie of the year,
View your squad.
Tom.
that's not your...
Somehow, they get the #2 pick in that draft, too, which was
Yeah, nigga, they was gone.
Bill Russell.
Game started.
So the #1 pick and the #2 pick ended up on the same team
Where your name
the
at,
same year. Of course they're going to run the dynasty. They got the #1 and 2 pick and Bob Cousy on the same team. What the hell do you think is going to happen the next 8-9 years?
Oh, he did.
Some teams, they had that luck, just like Dallas this year.
Yeah.
It's a good playoff team. They end up getting hurt, and they get the #1 pick.
He ain't no Tim Duncan,
It
so
don't matter who he is. The team is already good. There's no pressure on.
they're okay. We don't know if they're okay. They're okay.
BJ, if they don't win a championship, who gets blamed?
Nobody.
No, who gets blamed, sir?
Nobody. Who? Dallas?
Yes.
Nobody's asking for Dallas to win a championship.
If they don't make it to the playoffs, who get blamed?
Nico.
At this point,
No,
Nico Harris.
what player on the team?
No, it's not a
Anthony
player.
Davis.
No, it's not a player. It's
Anthony
Nico.
Davis.
Nico gets
Because
blamed.
Anthony Davis is the star of the team.
Nico
right
gets
now.
blamed.
I think Nico gets blamed
No,
more than
Nico
Nico.
gets
What I'm
blamed,
saying
bro.
is, if they
gotta stop.
right now, the star player is who?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So if the team fails, it's on Anthony Davis. It's not on
I get
Cooper
what you
Flag.
saying. What
Now,
Gil's
if Cooper-
saying is, if Anthony Davis get a hyperextended toenail, we're gonna be like, here you go.
We're
Always
not.
hurt.
We're not.
It's his fault.
No
We're
one's
not.
looking.
It's his fault.
No one's looking at Cooper Flag to save them because they're already good.
Right.
As long as they all
Tim
come
Duncan
back,
would be Cooper Flag in this
He's- yeah.
situation.
No one's looking at him to be
If
great.
Cooper Flag go there and they don't win, it's AD fault. It ain't Flag fault.
But why
That's what it was with Duncan.
but listen, why it gotta be all this shit when it come to Tim Duncan? Why can't Tim Duncan just get drafted to a team and I made the team better? Why it gotta be excuses? But when it come to Bron and all these other motherfuckers, it ain't no excuse.
They got drafted
Everybody
to bad
always got.
teams.
Man, who gives a fuck? You got drafted. Your time. The clock is on. The clock is motherfucking on. I don't give a fuck where you get drafted on.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck what your team is. The clock is on. I'm out here playing with Tony Parker, a nobody, a motherfucking Ginobili, a nobody. I'm out here with role players, and I got 5 rings out of 19 years.
Let me ask you a question.
Y'all gotta stop this shit.
hold on.
Man. Stop it.
Gil,
No.
Go ahead.
Bro.
You said you got 5 rings out of 19 years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I love it.
We know the team you got drafted to, right? Okay. So Magic Johnson has 5 rings in 10 years.
You got clapped.
5 rings in 10 years. So he half the time he has the same amount of rings. He has the same amount of Finals MVPs in halftime, and he has more regular league MVPs than Tim Duncan.
You never
That means
know.
Magic Johnson's career, every other year he won a championship. Tim Duncan, every 4.7 years he won. So why wouldn't Magic be there?
Look who Magic playing with.
Okay.
Oh,
Look who
Lord.
Duncan playing.
Nobody.
Nah, I ain't caught myself.
Nobody. A bunch of role players.
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Robinson.
Fuck David Robinson.
Get the fuck out of
Fuck
here.
David Robinson. What you talking about?
What?
Fuck that motherfucker.
What?
He ain't shit.
The Admiral.
Fuck you talking about?
Get the fuck out of here.
Go look at.
Get the fuck out of here.
70.
The Admiral.
70.
The Admiral.
Go look at David Robinson numbers when Tim Duncan came there. Trash.
Bro.
Trash.
Oh my
Trash.
God.
Trash.
What?
That nigga was old.
Do you realize at one point in time they wanted
talking
David
about?
Robinson to play with Magic Johnson?
Fuck you
Hey,
talking about?
chat.
What?
Chat, I'm about to get on the same shit he on. You know what? Hey, I want whatever BJ got in his fucking cup at this point. I want three of them. I don't want to, fuck that. I want to crash out too.
That's fro.
Oh, goddammit. I want that same shit.
I don't care.
I want that shit. The chat want the codes.
Y'all got-
They want the codes. I want whatever BJ's on.
Drop the code.
Y'all gonna join each other.
Y'all gonna stop. Listen, I'm be honest with you. Y'all gonna stop doing that to Tim Duncan.
We love Tim, bro, but you can't say he's the greatest #1 pick.
He is.
That's like tough, bro.
He is.
Like there's a guy named LeBron James.
That's fine. And he left.
Like that's
Tim Duncan stayed.
that don't mean just because you leave don't make you a lesser player, bro.
I didn't say anything. This the crazy thing is, I never said anybody being lesser. I just said as a #1 pick for a franchise, he is the best.
But you said he left. You said LeBron left. Like that diminishes his skill set as a player.
So that means
Just
that.
because he left don't mean.
So that means that
nothing
as a #1 pick, if I draft you as a #1 pick and I got Tim Duncan, he stays for 19 and I get 5 out of you, first of all, he's done more for the Spurs than LeBron has done for the
You were
Cavs.
drafted to a team that was
Ask
set
Tim
up
Duncan,
to win.
ask Tim Duncan.
LeBron's first coach is
Ask
Paul
Tim
Silas.
Tim Duncan does.
That nigga had Wally Zerby.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem. That's not my problem.
He's about to say though.
That's not my problem.
100% facts.
That's not my problem. First of all, that's not my problem. Ask to go somewhere else. At the end of the day, Tim Duncan has done more as a #1 pick for his franchise than anybody else ever in the fucking league.
I can't argue that.
But like, he ain't do more than
But what you
Magic.
can't take away from people
Shit.
is the system they was drafted
I don't
into.
care about
so
the
if I'm
system.
drafted into a terrible system,
Magic turned
Shaq
niggas
had to
around.
leave
Magic
Orlando to go
and,
get one.
No, he didn't.
Jerry
Yes, he
Buss.
did.
Then I got to the finals and y'all just gave
And
up.
Nick Anderson missed
And-
4 fucking free throws
y'all-
to fucking make us win.
And y'all gave up on y'all future for pity? Fuck out of here.
Can we start the next game?
Okay.
Just to add something.
Come on, Gil, you jump.
No, it's you. Just to add
Wait, we gotta all
something to
join
these
each other.
people.
We all gotta all join each other.
Which one?
Just so we understand what this real argument is,
No, you good.
BJ,
Yeah.
and this is just history here.
Everybody join player 3.
Join player 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
History is this.
Join player 3.
When we talk about legacies, no matter what draft pick you have, this will never be done again. 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs, 3 NBA championships, all by the age of 30 years old.
Damn.
Okay? That's Magic Johnson. By the age of 28, Magic already had 5 rings and 3 finals MVPs.
Damn.
By the age of 28, he had all of that.
Jesus Christ.
The only thing that stopped Magic Johnson from being a GOAT is HIV. Other than that, there was no human being stopping this man.
But you hate the 80s.
Huh?
You hate the 80s hoop. So the 80s hoop, this shit even, I mean, it was the weakest era, right?
I talk shit about the 80s because the 80s think they shit don't stink. That's the reason. But I'm just saying, when we're talking about these legacy things, you do have a man that's sitting there with 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs, and 3 MVPs all before he was 30 years old.
He won his rookie year too.
You know what I mean? That's never going to be done again.
I mean, look at the talent was trash.
Hey, I'm just saying,
shit, look who Tim Duncan had to get go by. Karl Malone, Shaq. I sweat. I got Karl Malone out here. I got Shaq out here. I got Keem out here. Like, look at everybody. I'm getting out of here.
His team got him out of there.
Man, I got him out of here.
They were already out of there.
They was you talking about, man? Y'all got Tim Duncan fucked up.
Like, think about this.
Y'all trying to downplay Tim Duncan because he got it
How
done.
about this? This is how good the Spurs was.
Find somebody else as a number one.
First ring.
When the
His rookie
year, Tim Duncan.
Rose sparks are built differently than Viagra.
Magic Johnson championship.
Sparks are designed to dissolve
11. First all NBA team, rookie team, everything.
Finals.
What?
In the finals.
And
He won a championship his rookie year?
yeah.
What did he average in the finals?
His second year?
Oh, second year. Yeah. 21 and 11.
In the finals?
21 and 11. Give
In
me
the
everything.
finals?
Give me everything.
I'm about to look it up.
I'm first team all NBA.
Nigga said, wait.
Stop hating on Tim Duncan.
So is that about his team?
Shit.
No. See, he was the perfect piece for that team.
Averaging his first
Because
Perfect piece.
because they had the best player.
I'm gonna put him as.
I mean, they had.
The fact that you get drafted number 1 and your team win a ring the next year,
Let's let
your
you know
team
how
is
good.
already built.
Yes.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
this
my
nigga
team
B got a point.
My team is already built.
This nigga Tim Duncan averaged 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 2.2 assists in the 1999 NBA Finals.
Yeah.
That's contributing.
Magic Johnson, right, won Finals MVP.
Oh wait, Tim didn't win Finals MVP?
Yeah, he won
Wait, did that
Finals
nigga not
MVP.
win
Because you know why? Because you know why? Somebody sprained his ankle. So,
But what I'm
you're
saying
the next one up.
But what I'm saying is,
So you're the next one up.
no, you got to think about this.
Who won Finals MVP in the 1999
Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan.
I think.
You got to remember, there's another star on the team, so you can't focus on Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
Just like they couldn't focus on Magic. You got Kareem out there.
He was the youngest player since Magic Johnson to win the award.
Yes.
Wasn't him and David Robinson both averaging like 20 and 10?
Since Magic.
Yes, they both,
So
yes.
clearly,
Both of them
Oh,
averaging like
yes. That's why they called them the Twin Towers.
Yeah. BJ. I mean, he just got drafted to a perfect scenario.
Like what he's trying to say as Tim falls to Magic. Because whatever he has, Magic did it half the time. He did it younger, half the time. So Tim can't.
But did he do it against lesser talent?
Yes.
Who?
Yes.
No.
Magic.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
There was dynasties when the Boston Celtics was a dynasty.
And we know
When
why.
Tim won, the Bulls was done.
Okay. So it was.
So the reason,
you know who next up?
Rockets was done.
No.
No, you know who next up? Utah Jazz. What happened?
Spurs.
But
No, Utah Jazz.
Bulls just beat
Karl
the
Malone.
Jazz.
Spurs.
The Bulls just beat the Jazz.
Karl Malone was supposed to get that.
No.
Watch out, Karl Malone.
You know what? Karl Malone was supposed to get it until the Spurs got Tim Duncan.
Utah broke up after 99, didn't they?
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Because
I got you.
Because the Seattle Supersonics was in front of Spurs, right? They end up getting Utah end up getting there. What took Spurs over Utah is Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
If Tim Duncan don't go there and he goes to a regular bottom feeding
Utah
team,
wins.
if he goes to a regular bottom feeding team like everybody else, all the number ones,
Utah.
then Utah wins.
Got you. How you feel about that, B? If Tim Duncan goes somewhere else,
You know what you got to do? Put the ball in the basket. That's the biggest thing. Put
If
the ball
Tim
in the
Duncan,
basket.
listen, if Tim Duncan goes to the
put the ball in the
Spurs,
basket
no,
at the end of
if
the
Tim
day.
Duncan goes to Utah, they win 3-4 championships.
No, they don't.
Yes.
No,
Who
they don't.
stops him?
Because we see it today with the big three.
That has nothing to do with
It's because you got so many,
that doesn't have
great
nothing to
players.
do
That don't
with
mean
today.
you're going to win, bro.
A big three just won a couple years ago.
facts.
What are you talking about?
Who?
Boston.
Boston.
What are you talking- that's
Who's
the
a big
four.
three on the Boston?
That's the big four.
Who?
big four.
Porzingis not a big three.
He's an all-star. He averaged 20 and 10 before he got there. What do you consider a big three?
Superstars. I want to see superstars. Where are your Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and KD was the last big
Jason
superstar.
Tatum
The
was
last time,
superstar?
how many big threes actually have even been on the same team?
LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh wasn't even part of a big three. He wasn't a big three.
He was big.
He was a superstar.
No, he wasn't. He was an all-star and an all-NBA player.
He was a star. He was a superstar, though.
He wasn't an all-NBA player when
He was
with
killing in Toronto.
He wasn't in Toronto. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Is he a big three when he's in Miami, or is he just another? Is he
Not
Kevin
in
Love?
Miami,
He's
but
a
he
Kevin
came
Love.
in as a star
He's a
player.
Kevin Love.
But Kevin Love was killing in Minnesota. He was averaging a double-double.
What's the difference between Porzingis then? A nigga averaging a double-double.
I'm with you on Porzingis.
Porzingis ain't better than Kevin Love or Chris Bosh.
I'm not saying that.
He's a double-double guy.
He's saying as a third option.
It ain't the same thing. It ain't the same thing.
He's saying as Jaylen Brown and the third option.
No.
He fits that just like a Chris Bosh or a Kevin Love did.
Porzingis is not no Kevin Love or no Chris Bosh. Y'all get the fuck out of here. Stop that shit. Stop it.
What makes him better?
I need another fucking.
What makes
He
him better?
definitely ain't a Chris Bosh.
He ain't a dog. He ain't a dog like that.
Huh?
Ain't no dog like them.
All right, before he got to Boston, Porzingis stats. Before he got to
Porzingis
Boston,
was a dog before he got to Boston.
23 and 8. That's what he averaged the year before he got to Boston. 23 and 8. Okay, Kevin Love. Let's go to Kevin Love. Y'all haven't started yet?
Tim Duncan ain't trash, nigga. You trash.
Kevin Love before he went to Cleveland.
They got 3 teams on my team.
What team am I
26 and 12.
Niggas just finding it. Yo, y'all got Chris Bosh fucked up, bro. And Kevin Love.
Kevin Love
Porzingis to him. Kevin Love was doing 20 and 20.
Before everybody was all doing